So last video we bought a spray booth, and then after we got it and we started fixing it up, the old owners wanted to try to threaten us with some fake charges and lawsuits. I can officially say we own this booth. I took everyone's advice. All you guys said, listen, they don't got a leg to stand on. We just got to block them. So I did that. I blocked them, and then they called me from another number. Then I blocked that number, and then they kept calling. And after 2 days of just ignoring phone calls from, I don't know if it was telemarketers or them, we officially, I think, are in the clear. Which leads to the next thing that I did. We're upgrading all of the lights. Now these were our old lights. They were 4 bulb, fluorescent, whatever, old school lights. And I kind of got a little excited and ordered some 8 bulb LED light fixtures. Now, for the top, it works really good because I'm not needing to change anything at the top. But at the bottom, well, if I wanted to do the side down draft conversion, boy, miscalculated a little bit. Now, before I tell you guys how I messed up, let me just explain on how a spray booth works so that we all are on the same page. Now, there's 4 different kinds of spray booth. Cross draft being the worst, semi down draft being the second worst, side down draft being the better, and then full down draft being the best, depending on who you're talking to. Right now, this spray booth is a semi down draft, which is not the worst, but is also not the best. Now, because we're trying to be smart with how we build this booth up, the easiest and most economical way to make this booth better is to convert it to a side down draft booth. Now, how they work is a cross draft or a semi down draft. They both come in on one end of the booth and they get sucked out to the other. Now, obviously, it still beats having no booth, but still, it's not the greatest design. Now, depending on who you're talking to, some folks will say they prefer full down draft while others will say side down draft. Now, the benefits of the full down draft is that all the air comes from the top and it's being sucked into the ground, and if there's anything flying around in the booth, chances are it'll just be sucked into the ground and it's less likely to land on the paint job. But the cool thing about the side down draft is it does the same thing as the full down draft, but instead you don't have to pay big money for a basement, and it pulls everything not only down but also away from the car. So let's say if I got something on me and it comes off of my suit or while I'm spraying, instead of it being pulled towards the car or down towards the car, it pulls it down and away from the car, which I think is a better design. And if I wanted to add the boxes for the side down draft, well, I gonna have to return 6 of the lights, all the 6 lights that go at the bottom, which is gonna cost me around $200 for shipping, and then another $200 in shipping back. So pretty much a $400 mistake if I decide I want to do that, even if I want to do it in the future. Now, I've talked to all my friends and they're all probably watching this video, and every single one of them except Joe, the guy that actually builds these conversions for a living, and he's not charging, he sent me the drawings for free. Everyone's saying, oh, it'll be fine, and well, part of me, I know I can get away with it because we finally have a booth. We had nothing before. The other part of me is like, the hell, we're freaking building it. Might as well just build it now and do it once than having to worry about it in the future. There we have it, boys. Our lights arrived. You guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready. I don't think I'm ready. Now, this being an older booth, the way the explosion-proof fans are built, they're built with the glass built into them. But because we have an older style booth, the glass is actually on the booth and it's sealed so you can't get any fumes or anything out, and then they put the fan on top of that to kind of push up against it. So instead of me spending $600 per light, I just bought some really nice newer lights and only had to spend about $150. Golly, look how nice that is. Now, while we're on the subject of lights and wiring, there is one more thing that I gotta bring up to you guys, because I think that's probably gonna be a big chunk of this video. Now, we got a slab, we got a booth, but we got no ceiling, which means we're gonna have to build a steel building. I've never done that before, but hell, there's a lot of firsts on this channel, and I guess building a steel building is gonna be one of those things that we're gonna put on the checklist. I know, I'm an artist. Now you can kind of get what I'm trying to put together here. This is what you would call a lean-to. This is what we have to build. Our spray booth's right here, our garage is right here, and I've been shopping around to just get a price quote on how much it would cost to build a lean-to in the size that we need. Now the average price was roughly around like $12,000. The highest I seen was 21, and that same company a few days later sent me an email dropping the price to about $18,400. Now, because we're trying to do this on a budget, I'm realizing there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to have someone supply me a kit, so we're gonna have to kind of put one together ourselves. Until I found a guy named Freddie. Now I'm gonna link Freddie's information down below because he deserves a huge shout out. Now the only reason why I didn't go with him is because one, he was super busy, and number two is I like to save a few bucks. But he was the best price and had the most patience. And we sat down for about an hour on his day off, told me exactly what I was gonna need to build and how much material I was gonna need. And even though he was booked out and had no materials, he was cool enough to at least tell me, hey man, I get my material from North Carolina. If you wanna go that way and go get it, you're more than welcome to. So that's what we did. We loaded up and, well, road trip to North Carolina.
Same thing. It's the same thing with you. You wait for the last minute to start checking tires. And...
This wasn't supposed to be the vehicle we were gonna go in, but last minute changes, we had to make it happen, guys. So now we're gonna be hitting the road, heading to Mount Airy, North Carolina. Never a dull moment with this guy, I swear.
It's you. You're the bad luck, man.
I'm the bad luck. I always have all the good luck.
The last minute. You check everything? Yeah, it's all good.
I did check everything.
It's all good.
You didn't double check it.
Falling apart in the back of the truck.
There's a plate that goes there and then you slide it in. Hook me up. Second time already. Second time.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's dog. Don't, man. Leave me alone, man. Alright, guys. We just made it here. No, right here, over here, bro. I think it's all this building stuff. It's nice that I'm loading up. You're just chilling. Así se ayuda. He's sleeping on the job.
Oh, yeah. I was in my third day.
We are loaded up. We are tired.
Past time. Past time.
You're past tired?
Past time.
And hungry.
Hungry. Hot.
See you guys back at the shop in Florida because there's just, yeah.
We'll keep in touch periodically because we got to watch the load that's back there.
As long as nothing happens, that's all that matters. We'll just jump right to Florida. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 7 days. See that, daily? 7 days to get this thing built. Cue the time lapse.
The never-ending ladder.
Yeah. We're trained idiots.
He's like, who are you talking about? You can tell he's done this a couple times.
That was a lot more work than I expected. And I'm still only halfway done. It's Sunday, 7 a.m. And I just want to give a huge shout out first to Brandon from Miller's Miata. You guys, go give him a follow because without his help, I would have still had all this stuff done in the booth up, but I wouldn't be nowhere near as far. So he has just been there with me, breaking night, putting up the booth, and just spending all day yesterday getting most of the lean-to frame ready. And he's even coming back today. He just texted me that he's on his way, and he just wants to help me see it through because he wants to make sure I get it covered before the rain comes. That is a freaking friend. So please, just give him a huge follow. Speak of the devil. There you go. He made sure to pull up in the Ram today. Morning, Bubs.
Come bearing gifts.
You come bearing. Oh, you brought. You know what? I meant to mention that to you too, and I was like, you know what? He's probably already on his way. All right, guys. I guess it's just a matter of let's get back to work, finish building our last truss, and get this sucker up so we can start putting our roof on, and then I don't know where we're gonna go from there. We'll see how far we make it. All right, guys. Today's July 5th. Now, we said it was gonna take 7 days, or we put a 7-day timeline on ourselves. And technically, we started on June 30th, it was, right? Friday?
Yes.
Friday, June 30th is when we started. So we still have 2 more days. Now, before I show you the booth, I just want to say, disclaimer, I'm not a pro, and I have 2 options I want you guys to weigh in on. Without you guys, we wouldn't even have any of this stuff. So I figured I'd let you guys weigh in on this decision and see what your thoughts are. But before we talk about that, let me show you guys our new lean series. Look at this thing. Look at how nice this is.
It's massive.
Can they see how freaking, like, I'm like 6 feet, no, I'm just joking. I'm 5'8".
You're 6 feet with your ears.
I'm 6 feet with my ears. Nah, seriously, look at how big this thing is. So we ended up doubling up the trusses like they told us. We have everything precision measured where their sleeves drop down in each end. We're gonna zip screw those in and then we're gonna just put an anchor. But for the most part, this thing is a beast. And yesterday we got to put it to the test because we got hit with a huge rainfall and it did show a few not design flaws, it's just a few things that we didn't think that we were gonna have to do. Like, we're gonna have to drop this about 6 feet down because when the wind was going in, the water was making its way right here and it was like falling kind of towards this way into the booth. Now we obviously still got to put the sidewall, but we'll show you guys that. We'll show you guys that after. Now, this is the deal. I'm giving you guys, because without you guys, none of this stuff would be possible. So the choice is yours. We already moved this access door that was behind by the back wall. If you guys, I don't know if you guys remember.
there.
It was over there in that corner,
Over there.
and it was impossible to swing it over. So we did some measuring, modified this little piece right here, just take off an inch. We managed to swap the panels and bring up here to the front. So now, the cool thing is, you walk right through here, and it's like, it's freaking perfect.
And the box is there.
Yeah, and the box is right here too. Now this is the deal. We could either leave the booth as it sits, big old lights and all that stuff, or we could still leave the big old lights, but my idea was, and you guys let me know, we built the HVAC boxes, right? Going all the way down, and then instead of having to do the side booth fans and all that crap, we have a better idea. We just come all the way down, and we just turn it and tie it in to right there. We do the nice cutout, and we'll tie the HVAC, and then the wall right here, show them. And the wall you guys see right there, that exhaust wall, will block it off. If not, we'll leave it as it sits, finish everything up, tidy it all down, or tie it all up, and we'll get back to working on cars.
So what I'm hearing is my options are either I get my paint job faster or I have to wait a little bit longer.
Pretty much, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. You guys let us know down in the comment section. I thank you guys for watching. Go follow us on Instagram. And again, leave a comment letting us know what you think down below. With that one, I'll catch y'all in the next one.